Okay, cool. All right, lovely. If you want to come and sit down. Okay, so thank you for agreeing to be part of this TLRE group. We have all shaken together before, so you know how it works. Is there anything anyone wants to say about their TLRE experience so far, or any questions about anything we've done before? Okay, lovely. So we last shook, it's quite a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe a month ago or more. Have you done any TLRE since we shook? No? Do you remember how you felt afterwards?
Like emotional.
Emotional, yeah. Yeah, it's emotional. I think that's very common with TLRE. So we're getting rid of this energy that's been trapped in our nervous system from trauma and from stress, and so it kind of comes to the surface. So often we do feel quite emotional afterwards. That's very normal, but it's a good thing, especially if you keep on doing TLRE, if you keep on shaking, you'll notice more and more positive results. And also, do you say relieved as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also very common, because you're letting go of it. It's coming to the surface, and you're released from that energy that doesn't really need to be there anymore. How's it since we shook?
Like, how's it since we shook? That's a
Yeah,
long time. Oh,
yeah.
do you want how I felt after?
Yeah, how you
shaking?
felt after, or if you've done it since.
I haven't done it since.
Okay.
But after, I did feel very like my muscles felt a lot more relaxed than usual. Like I had managed to get some of the tension out, which was really nice.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
That's great. That's really good. Yeah, I feel like often with TLRE, for me anyway, I get this sense of peace. Like, feel really calm and still in my body. And again, that's, getting rid of all this trapped energy that doesn't need to be there anymore. So, okay. Zero, did you have anything you want to share about last time you shook, or any experiences you've had with TLRE?
I think last time we shook, I was able to achieve from the most full body shake that I had before. So that was cool.
Yeah, you had a full body shake,
Yeah,
didn't you? That was great.
yeah. That was nice to like unlock, and yeah, I feel like it's a nice feeling to have done it staggered over a period of time, because I feel like I've been doing something good for releasing all of that stagnant energy.
Yeah, that's great. One thing that I found really interesting about one time that me and Zero shook together when you were my case study, Zero asked about shaking in the shoulders. Like, there was a question about that, and then you started shaking in the shoulders, just like as we were talking about it. It was like the body was listening. It was really cool. I've not seen that before, so it was just like quite an exciting moment. So yeah, it's really interesting when you talk about the body. Sometimes the body just does like respond. If you're talking about your spine, the spine will do something, or it's cool. Okay, do you feel ready to start the exercises, or do you have anything else you'd like to say? Any questions? No?
Ready to go.
Okay, great. So just a reminder that anything that I suggest, any actions that I request, that's it's up to you whether you want to follow them or not. So yeah, just listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, doesn't feel comfortable, don't do it. That's absolutely fine. If you feel strange, if you want my attention at any point, just call out. Even if I'm talking to someone else, if you're feeling like you need some help, just interrupt. Because I'm here to keep you safe. So just communicate if you have anything you're concerned about. Lovely. All right. So the first exercise. So I'll show you, and then you can join in. Just bring it down. Okay. So you're rolling on your ankles. So each side. So go on each side about 6 times. Okay. Good. So you should be feeling that in your ankles. So if any of the exercises they hurt, don't do them. Just let me know if you need any adjustments as well. Once you've done your 6 on each side, give yourself a little shake. Okay, great. So the next exercise, this one's for the calf. So if you find somewhere to hold onto a wall, hold onto a surface. So you're on one leg, you go onto your tiptoes, and you come back down. And just keep doing that on one side until you get to 6 out of 10 fatigue. And then once you've got 6 out of 10 fatigue, you shake that leg and go onto the other leg. Okay. So when you're all done, just give your leg a shake. Lovely. Okay, great. And then the next one, this is an exercise for the hips and the thighs. So again, if you can hold on to something, one leg. This time you have your heel on the ground and you're sitting back as if you're sitting into a chair. And you should feel the tension in your hip and thigh area. Looking good.
So 6 out of 10.
Yes, so again, 6 out of 10. Once you get to 6 out of 10 fatigue, shake it off and go to the other side. Are you feeling that in your hips and thighs?
So my knees are quite bad, so.
Ah, okay. So lovely. Once you finish, you shake it off. And the next one, you want your legs fairly far apart, and you very, very slowly, one vertebrae at a time, bring your back down and your hands to the floor, and you take 3 breaths in the middle. Once you've done your 3 breaths, you go to one foot, and you take 3 breaths there. Then you go to the other side, take 3 breaths there. And finally, you reach your hands as far back as they will go through your legs and take 3 breaths there before coming up. And again, you want to bring yourself up very, very slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time, with the head last. So this time we're counting breaths, 3 breaths in each position. Okay, lovely. So very slowly, bring your head down, and your hands to the floor if they will go that far. Lovely. If you need to just hang, that's also fine. Just make sure that you do the 3 breaths. And once you've done all of those, make sure you give your body a shake. Nice. So then the next one, you want to have your hands on your lower back, and you're sticking your chest out. And first of all, you're just taking 3 breaths in the start position, and then you bend your neck so that you're looking over one elbow and take 3 breaths there. Do the same on the other side, and then you come back to centre. So make sure that you do 3 breaths in each position. Breathe really fast. Then shake it off. Okay, so this is a bit longer than the other exercises. So for this one, I can sit here. For this one, you need to find a wall, and you want to bend your knees. You want to be able to see your toes at all times. So you don't want your knees so far forward that you can't see your toes. Make sure you can see your toes at all time. And the wall can support your back. You stay in this position until you get to 6 out of 10 fatigue. Once you get to 6 out of 10 fatigue, just shuffle up the wall a little bit, because then that'll be a bit easier. Once you get to 6 out of 10, do it again. You can take a little break. Take a break whenever you want to. Try not to go over 6 out of 10 fatigue, but we're going to be doing this exercise for about 5 minutes. So if you do come out of it, if you could just go back into it when you're ready. Okay, so find a space, find a wall. You might start to shake in this position, especially if you've done TRE quite a bit before. So yeah, I can see, Zero, your legs are shaking.
Mm-hmm.
How's that feeling?
Good.
Does it feel like it's coming from the legs?
Mm-hmm. Leg hips.
It's a very fast shake. Are you shaking? Are you shaking?
No, maybe.
How about you?
It's like, right about to.
Yeah.
I can feel it coming, but
I see, yeah. Yep, so if we've got to 6 out of 10, you need to take a break. Very welcome to. If you want to have a shake as well on your break, that's also fun. Okay, we're going to stay here for a couple of minutes. So I can see a bit of the shake there showing. Seems like it's coming from your hips, is that right? Is that how it feels?
Yeah.
It just seems very subtle, but
Yeah.
I see something. Okay. And when you're ready to come out of this pose, just bring yourself up against the wall and very slowly lean forward. Allow your arms to hang for a moment here. Enjoying that nice stretch. And when you're ready, very slowly, one vertebrae at a time, bringing yourself up to standing with the head coming up last. And then shaking it off. Okay, so our next exercise, if you don't mind moving that. So this one's on the floor, on the mat. So you want to bring the soles of your feet together and your back on the floor. You take a moment to ground, feel that connection with the floor. And then when you're ready, you raise your hips. You want to stay in this position for a full minute. And then bring the hips down. Once you bring the hips down, you can start to move your knees together very, very slowly and find your tremor. Okay, so if you could all lie down with yourselves, your feet together. Does everyone have enough space?
Yeah.
Do you want to move that at all, or are you okay? Okay, so grounding yourself, taking that moment to connect, feeling the floor holding your weight. And when you feel ready, raise your hips. So we're staying in this position for about a minute. If that's too much for you, you can lower your hips sooner than that. Just feel that sensation. See, all of you are shaking already, which is great. Tune into your body, notice the sensations, and if we could all keep our eyes open. And throughout the TRE practice, if we keep our eyes open, it's very tempting and attractive to close the eyes. But part of what we're doing here is we're making sure that we're connected to the environment at all times. When we close our eyes, we can make it more likely that we disassociate, which is not what we want here. We want to avoid that. I feel like that's probably been a minute. If you want to lower down. And immediately we can go into our tremor, bringing the knees together very, very slowly. You only want to be moving like a millimetre or two at a time. Very, very slowly. Lovely. So I can see some lovely shaking. Ruth, how's that feeling?
It's good.
It's good. Nice. And Zara, how are you feeling? It seems like quite a bucking movement. Is that how it feels to you?
Yeah, I feel like it's always been similar for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been that type of trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's your typical trauma. And last time you did a full body shake, so that may happen again, it may not. It's always different. You can never really predict how it's going to be. Have you found your trauma? So you were shaking when you had your hips up. Oh, seems like it's about there. Yeah, nice. Oh, nice strong shake, Ruth. Okay, so I'm going to invite everyone to take a long look around the room. You can move your heads and your eyes. Take a good look around the room. Notice any colours you can see, any objects that you like. Taking it in, keeping us connected with our environment as we travel. Lovely. And now I'm going to invite you to take a break. So stretch your body out. Give your body what it needs. So you might notice that it feels good to do a stretch or to move your body into a particular position. Listen to your body, tune into what it needs, and take some breaths. Taking deep breaths is a really helpful thing while we're tremoring. It fills the oxygen, fills the blood with oxygen, can change the nature of our tremors. And also, in your relaxed pose, it's just a really good thing for relaxation, releasing tension. And when you feel ready, once you get back into your tremor, you can do so. Always listen to your body. If I'm suggesting that you go back into your tremor and you don't want to, just stay in your breath a bit longer. You're very welcome. Take any stretches you want to at any point. You don't have to just stretch when I suggest it. Keep connected, listening to your body at all times. How's that shape feeling, Grace?
It's like I'm vibrating.
Yeah, it's very fast. Can you tell where it's coming from?
It feels actually coming from like here specifically. I can feel here a lot moving. I'm sorry, I don't know my body parts that well.
Groin?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's coming from there. Oh, it's a really good shape. It's really fast. Nice. We're letting go of a lot there.
Oh, I got a lot.
Yeah, that's lovely. Get it out. How's that feeling, Shay? Good. Good. Where's it coming from for you at the moment?
Leg above my butt.
Okay, nice. If you want to play around, any of you, you can massage the body parts. You can massage your hips. You can massage your belly. If you're stroking your face, sometimes that can be quite comforting. You can play around with where you position your hands, and taking deep breaths also always helps. That can help to change the nature of the tremor. The key thing, keep your eyes open at all times. How's that feeling?
Yeah, good.
Lovely. Press it out. Ooh, can I see your shoulders shaking? Nice. So you've got a full body shake here. There's lots of good shaking going on. Looks like you've all found a good spot to release your tremors. Make sure you keep your eyes open. This time I'm going to ask you all to scan the room, but this time keeping your head still.
Oh.
So just move your eyes from left to right or right to left, whichever one. And take in the room. So this is a really good exercise, particularly if you're feeling stressed or disassociating. It's really handy to just move your eyes from one side to the other. It stimulates the vagus nerve, which helps us to feel more connected, more grounded. So that's a really good trick for when you're feeling a bit out of control. It helps you to see wider as well. We can go into tunnel vision when we're disassociating, when we're in crisis, and that helps to expand your field of vision as well.
I haven't had a trauma like this before.
No? What's different this time?
No. Well, I just thought I tried the same position that others were doing. It just felt, yeah, it's a lot more like vibrating than the slow movement.
Yeah. How does it feel? Nice? Does it feel weird?
It feels good. I feel like less in control of them.
Less in control. Are you okay with feeling this again?
Yeah. I guess.
Just keep breathing. Maybe also if you can stretch your arms. It's a bit difficult. The side. But I thought, yeah, nice. Have a little stretch. Take some deep breaths. Okay, I'm going to invite you to take a break if you haven't already done so. Stretch. Give your body what it needs. Nice. Have a bum wiggle.
Mm-hmm.
Do you tremble like that or like that? Do I tremble like what? I normally have my soles together, and then I remember that I have my soles together, and then I change it, put my soles on
So
the
you're
floor.
not supposed to.
Well, yeah, this is the thing that I need to get better at.
Yeah.
It's really good when you first start tremoring to have
Yeah.
your soles together, but once you actually have the tremor, you can move your soles to be flat. Your tremor should still remain, and you might feel a bit more stable. So that's what I'm supposed to be telling you to do, and I forgot. But it doesn't really matter. It's still fine if you have yourselves together. The key thing is the tremor. That's what we want. So whatever feels more comfortable to you, really. Keeping your eyes open. Sometimes when we're tremoring, because we're releasing all this trapped energy so the body keeps the score. So we've got lots of memories stored in our bodies, and sometimes when we shake and we close our eyes, sometimes we can go into an experience that maybe was stressful or traumatic, and we don't want that. We want to stay connected at all times to the environment. We don't want to be disassociating. So that's why we keep the eyes open. But I do understand it's really tempting because when you're experiencing a sensation, if you close your eyes, you can kind of feel it more strongly. But do remember to keep your eyes open. If you close them for a moment, just open them again. How's everyone feeling? Feeling good? Does anyone want to tell me anything about what they're experiencing? Anything you want to share particularly? It's fine if you don't. Okay. So now if I can invite you to take one more break. And after this break, so again, doing what your body needs, you can move it however you like. Listen to what it wants from you at this moment. And after we've had this break, we're going to go into our final round. I'm just going to check it's actually recording. Yes, it is. Cool. You can rest for as long as you like, and you can come back when you feel ready. And if you feel like you're done and you don't want to go into another round, that's also absolutely fine.
How are you feeling, Shay? Good.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the shaking has changed at all since you started?
I don't know.
I see a really strong shake. It's like a strong, strong vibration. It's coming in and out, and rhythmically. How about you, Ruth? Has it changed at all, do you think? Oh,
Yeah.
now it's changed. As we're talking about it.
Yeah, gotten a bit jerky.
Yeah. Is anyone's back hurting? Would anyone like a cushion? No?
Does the shaking ever stop? Do
What do
you
you
ever
mean?
like complete the shakes?
No, life's too stressful for that. Because once you shake it all out,
Like a
you'll have
shake
something.
tank.
You'll just
If you're
get
doing
more
it
things.
frequently and you unshake the shake tank, sometimes you've got no shakes.
I don't think so. I don't think that happens. Well, we've got a whole lifetime, haven't we, of stress and trauma, and then you gradually let go of it, and then you'll just get
Maybe in
more.
one session you might expire the amount. You said some people try and keep going with it when you should rest. as
Yes,
well,
that's
right?
true. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, that's another thing to bear in mind. Don't just keep shaking because, like, you know, sometimes you feel like I want to get this out. It's really helpful, but you need to make sure that you rest in between because that sort of consolidates the experience. You can overshake and then that can do more harm than good. So make sure you always take regular breaks. Don't shake for more than 6 minutes at a time. That's your absolute maximum. Shake for 6 minutes and then have a break. And don't go over 20 minutes in one sitting either. You shouldn't shake for more than 20 minutes as a session. Okay, I can see you're all rested, which is great. Wonderful. Again, give your body what it needs. If you need to stretch, just do whatever you need to do. Please do. And now we're going into our rest. Oh, sorry. And I've got some blankets for you. Don't actually have enough cushions. I've only got 2 cushions, sorry. Would you like a cushion?
I don't know. No nutrition. Would you like a cushion?
My hair is still a job.
Cushions. Sorry, I should have had more cushions. Cushion for you. Okay, lovely. So we're going to have 5 minutes rest.
We still have to keep our eyes open.
So it's totally up to you. Only do what you're comfortable with. But it can be helpful to close your eyes when you go to relaxation. If you don't want to close your eyes, you can soften your gaze. So I'm going to be here, I'm going to be quiet. I'll be here if you need anything. But otherwise, just go inside your body, feel what it feels like to be in there, and take this time to rest.
starting to bring some awareness into the body, stretching, wiggling toes, fingers. Listening to the sounds inside the room, the sounds outside the room, bringing your awareness back to the present moment, and very slowly, when you feel ready, can you open your eyes, being ready, taking as long as you need, and start to bring yourself up into a seated position. Okay, so we're gonna each talk about how the experience was. Where you would like to start? Anything you want to say about the experience?
This is the problem about doing a course with a bunch of autistic people. Like, no one wants to say anything.
You can say it doesn't have to be very much. You can just say where your shakes were, if it was consistent.
My neck, and my back, and my butt.
Yeah, back and butt.
When we were relaxing, my right glute was still shaking.
I noticed that. Yes.
Yeah,
How was that for you?
a little disconcerting.
Yes. Yes.
I was just confused as to why it was just the one glute. But yeah, it didn't feel like anything. It just kind of felt like a twitch.
That's perfectly normal. That does happen when we've been shaking. Sometimes we continue to shake involuntarily. It's not really anything to be worried about, unless it's still going for 48 hours after the shake. Then you might want to look into that. But in most cases, it will go, and it's normal. So what we're doing when we're shaking is our body is recalibrating. So we've got all this excess energy that we don't need, and it's like releasing, and your body is recalibrating to the present moment, like what it needs to be doing in this space, what's not serving it, let's go off. So sometimes as part of that, after we finish voluntarily shaking, your body might still do it for a little bit longer, and that's okay, that's normal. Also, anyone, if you have any questions or you're concerned about anything after today or any other time that you do TRE, you're very welcome to get in contact with me and I'll try and help. If I don't know the answer, then I'll find out for you.
I felt more connected with you this time, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's great. do you know what helped you to feel more connected?
I think just trying putting my feet flat on the floor.
Okay.
Before I'd just been doing the butterfly thing.
Oh, I see.
I actually
Okay.
thought that your soles were supposed to be.
That's
Yeah,
my
me
fault.
too.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I wasn't very clear on that. Yeah.
I
Does
Does it just start like that?
It starts like that, yeah. I had a conversation with my supervisor about this. Yeah, once you get into the shaking, you are supposed to put your soles on the floor.
I think it didn't make sense to me because I thought we still had to have our legs like this, and then before when you were saying feet on the floor, I was like, I can't, like that feels really awkward.
I remember
you
you saying
still
that
bring
before.
your legs up parallel. I didn't realise that was what
Okay.
you meant. I thought we had to like.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my fault. I wasn't very clear on that. And in fact, I've been doing it wrong for most of the time. That's probably why I didn't stress it, because it still works. Like you still. The key thing is the shaking.
Tremor out, but it just felt more rhythmic, whereas like it was just vibrating, so I felt more of a release.
That's interesting. That's really helpful for me to know, because I heard it as something that was supposed to be doing, but I didn't really understand why.
Mm.
But if it makes you feel like
Definitely.
more,
Yeah. Like
yeah.
unlocked it. I was like,
okay, all right.
Then you can like more release it, or if it's palm to palm, you're just kind of keeping it.
yeah.
Yeah. That's probably why it took me so long for it to move up, actually.
It was way more on the edge of like, yeah, I'm doing this. Like, is it really? Like, I believed it because I've done it so many times. But like, kind of like that, I was like, oh well, there's like no denying that this is an involuntary shape.
Mm-hmm. That's really helpful for me. Thank you very much for that. Anyone else want to say anything? Okay, lovely. Thank you very much for participating in this group. Especially you guys for doing it again after the video didn't work last time. So, yeah. It does look like it's working, yes. Okay, lovely. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you.
De nada.